And today we'll be looking at CAT 2024. Under this series, we'll be looking at algebra. And in this, we will be doing the part 3 of this particular series. Before we begin, there is a link that is pinned in the comment section. That link is about CAT counseling form. So if you guys have any queries related to mocks, comprehensive course, live classes, anything, feel free to put in your details, your phone name, your phone number, your email address, and we'll get in touch with you as soon as possible. Okay, so now without wasting any time, let's begin with our first question of the day. The first question says, the sum of the ages of Priya and Chetan is 73 years. 4 years from now, the age of Chetan will be twice the age of Priya. Find the present age of Priya. Now, this question can be solved in a lot of different ways. We will look into two approaches. One is equation, another is using options, third is a little common sense. So, if I use equation, so the sum of the ages of Priya and Chetan is 73 years currently. 4 years later, the age of Priya will become P plus 4 and the age of Chetan will become C plus 4. And as per the question, age of Chetan will be twice the age of Priya. We have two variables and two equations. We are supposed to solve the value of P. So if we rewrite the second one, we will get 2P plus 8 is equal to C plus 4. Or if we rearrange this, we'll get 2P minus C is equal to minus 4. Now, if we add them, we will get the value of P is equal to 3P is equal to 69, or we'll get the value of P as 23. So that means Priya's age is 23 years. Second approach, using options. Let's take the first option. If the present age of Priya is 53 years, right? So age of Chetan will be the remaining 20, right? Now, 4 years later, the age of Priya will be 57, that of Chetan will be 24. Is the age of Chetan twice that of Priya? No. So, the conditions do not work out. So, option A is eliminated. If we look at option B, the age of Priya is 20 years. So, age of Chetan will be the remaining 53 years. Now, 4 years later, age of Priya will be 24. That of Chetan will be 57. Is 57 twice of 24? No. So, option B gets eliminated. C option, Priya and Chetan. Priya is 27 years old. So, Chetan is going to be the remaining 46 years old. 4 years later, age of Priya is 31. That of Chetan is 50. Is 50 twice of 31? No. So, C gets eliminated. So, obviously D is your answer. But in case if you want to verify that, we can say age of Priya is 23 years. Age of Chetan is remaining 50. 4 years later, age of Priya will be 27. That of Chetan will be 54. Is 54 twice of 27? Yes. Right? So, without using equation, using variable also we can solve it. Now, the third approach. 4 years later, if one person's age is twice the other person's age, right? So, what we are saying that Chetan's age is going to be 2 times the Priya's age. So, if Priya's age is X, Chetan's age is going to be 2X. That means the sum of their ages 4 years later is going to be a multiple of 3, right? So 73 we already have. If we add 8 to it, this is already a multiple of 3. But whatever would be Chetan's age, it should be also an even number, right? So if I take suppose B option, if age of Priya is 20, then Chetan's age would be odd. And if Chetan's age is odd, 4 years later it will still be odd. And an odd number cannot be twice of some other number, right? It has to be an even. So using that logic, we can eliminate option B and we'll be left with 3 options. So using common sense, we can solve it to a certain extent. After that, we can obviously use options and get the answer. Okay, next one. An AP has 23 terms where the sum of the 3 middle terms is 111 and the sum of the last 3 terms is 201. What is the 20th term of the AP? Again, we can solve this using 2 approaches. Okay. So the first one is using equations. So if we have 23 terms, so first term, second term, third term, so T1, T2, T3 and so on, and if we have 23rd term, so the last three terms will be 21st, 22nd and 23rd term. Now from 1 and 23, this sum is 24, right? The subscript sum. So if there are 24 terms, the middle term will be 12th term. The term behind it will be 13th term and the term before it will be 11th term. So as per the question, sum of the three middle terms, which is 11th, 12th and 13th term, is 111. So 11th term can be written as a plus 10d, 12th term can be written as a plus 11d, and 13th term can be written as a plus 12d. If I add all these three, we will get 3a plus 33d, and that is going to give us 111. If we solve this, we'll get a plus 11d is equal to 37. Now, sum of the last three terms. So we're talking about T1 to T23. So 21st term will be a plus 20d, 22nd term will be a plus 21d, and 23rd term will be a plus 22d. If we add all of that, we'll get 3a plus 63d, and this is given as 201. If we simplify, we will get a plus 21d is equal to 67. We have two variables, two equations, we can solve it. If we subtract, we'll get the value of d as 3 and we will get the value of a as 4. Since we need 20th term, so 20th term is given as a plus 19d. So this is going to be 4 plus 19 into 3, 4 plus 57, which is 61. So option A. Straightforward, no common sense, just write down the corresponding equation for whatever is given and straight away go ahead, solve it. Dimag nahi lagana kuch bhi. The second approach is, if the sum of three terms, 11th, 12th and 13th term, if the sum is 111, so the middle term will be the average, which is 111 by 3, which is 37, which is exactly what we got, right? This is our 12th term. Similarly, the sum of the last three, which is 21st, 22nd and 23rd term, if their sum is given as 201, so the middle term will be the average of these three. Average of 201 is, average of three numbers is 201 by 3, which is going to be 67. So if at 12th term we are at 37 and 22nd term if we are at 67, that would mean that we are taking a jump of 30 when the number of terms take a jump of 10. So value wise it's a jump of 30 and term wise there is a jump of 10 terms, right? So at 22nd term if we are at 67, so 10 jumps gives us 30. So each jump gives us a change of 3. That's what the common difference is, that jump between the terms, right? So if I want to find out what is going to be my 21st term, I will subtract 3 from here. If I want to find out what is 20th term, I will further subtract 3 from here and I will get my answer. So you can see I did not use any equation. I did not use any variable. All I did was I understood that when you have terms given in an AP which are continuous in nature, or if they are in an AP, then the average will always give you the middle term, right? Specifically when you have odd number of terms given. So it makes the calculations easy. Okay, the next one. If a cube is equal to b to the power 4 is equal to c to the power 5 is equal to d to the power 6, then find the value of log a into b into d to the base c. So our motive is to make sure that each of a, b and d, they are written in terms of c. Reason being, if we have log value to the power p to the base same v, it is p. So we need the same letter, or we need the same variable in the value as well as in the place of base. The base already is c, so we need abd to be written in terms of c. So from the first one we can say a is equal to c to the power 5 by 3. We can say that b is equal to c to the power 5 by 4, and from here we can say that c sorry, d is equal to c to the power 5 by 6. Putting it here, we will get log a, which is c to the power 5 by 3, into b, which is c to the power 5 by 4, into d, which is c to the power 5 by 6, whole to the base c. Same base is c, so the powers will add. So we will get c to the power 5 by 3 plus 5 by 4 plus 5 by 6. We can take the LCM of the denominator of that power. So 3, 4 and 6, their LCM is going to be 12. So this 5 will change to 20. The next 5 will change to 15. The next 5 will change to 10. So that is going to be log c to the base c, and the power to c is going to be 45 by 12. Now this 45 by 12 will come in the front, and this can be simplified as 15 upon 4. Option A. Right? Okay. Next one. Anand and Vinod solved a quadratic equation in X. Anand made a mistake while solving it in constant term and obtained the roots as -4 and 9. While Vinod made a mistake in the coefficient of X and obtained the roots as 6 and -4. The correct roots of the equation are. Well, if we have a general format of a quadratic, it is given as x square minus sum of roots into x plus product of roots, right, equal to 0. Now, as per the question, Anand made a mistake in the constant term, that is product of the roots, and obtained the roots as -4 and 9. So, -4 and 9, these are wrong roots because product of roots is given as what? -36. So, the product, so let's write it like this. As per Anand, the sum of the roots is going to be -4 plus 9, which is 5, and the product is -4 into 9, which is -36. But since Anand made a mistake in the constant, so his product part was a wrong one. Sum part is correct. Next, if we look at Vinod, his roots turned out to be 6 and -4, whose sum is going to be 2, sorry, not 3, it's going to be 2, and the product is going to be -24. Right? Now, Vinod made a mistake when it comes to sum, that is the coefficient of x. His product was fine. That tells us that we need to find two numbers whose sum is 5 and their product is -24. This is going to be 8 and 3. So, one of the roots is 8, the other root is -3, such that their sum is 5 and their product is -24. So, C makes sense. Right? Next one, if f of b plus 1 minus f of b minus f of b minus 1 is equal to 0. Yeah, hi Prince. And f of 0 is equal to f of 1, then find the value of f of a, where a and b are natural numbers. So, if I need, so what I will do is I'll put some value of b, okay. So this is our concern. We will see the pattern here. So if I take b is equal to 1, I will get f of 2 is equal to, I can write it like this, है ना, दोनों को दूसरी साइड ले गया, f of 1 which is f of 1 and f of b minus 1 which is f of 0. Since they both are same, we can write this as f of 0 plus f of 0. Yeah, f of 1 plus f of 1, right? And this turns out to be 2 times f of 0. Now, if I take b is equal to 2, I will get f of 3 is equal to f of 2 plus f of 1. f of 2 we have, ठीक, एक काम करते हैं, f of 0 और f of 0 को ना हम लोग 1 के टर्म में लिख देते हैं. It is going to be easier. F of 2 we have just figured out, which is 2 times f of 1 plus f of 1, which gives us 3 times f of 1. If you have figured out the pattern in this so far, great. If you have not, so you will have to write one more case of b as 3 and 4 and so on. पर अगर आप ध्यान दोगे तो f of 3 results in 3 times f of 1, f of 2 results in 2 times f of 1. So the pattern is going to be that if I want f of 4, it should be equal to 4 times f of 1. So instead of 4, if I write a, so this is going to be a into f of 1. Acha, nahin. Since we are writing this, it's going to be a plus 1. Because f of 4 is happening when a is equal to, so when b is equal to 3, we will be getting this. So when b is equal to a, this will become f of a, that is going to be, is it a times या फिर इसको कम ही कर ले? Instead of b, if I put a, so I will get f of a plus 1 is equal to f of a plus f of a minus 1. And f of a minus 1, we would have written this as a times f of a, right? So this will become a plus 1 times f of 1. है ना? Because this, if I write b is equal to 1, अगर 1 लिखा है तो ये एक ज़्यादा है ना? So instead of f of a plus 1, if I want to find f of a, so it's going to be the previous one, right? तो एक पीछे हो जाएगा, this will go 1 behind, नहीं? ठीक है. If I want f of a, so when b is equal to a, so b की जगह actually I'll have to write a minus 1, because on the left hand side we have b plus 1, no? So instead of b, if I write a minus 1, so instead of b it will become a minus 1. Instead of b I will have a. So f of a minus 1 is going to be a times f of a. हाँ, d हो जाएगा. Okay, so when I put b is equal to 2, which we can write this as 3 minus 1. So whatever I write b as, that number, that larger number goes at that place and the same number becomes the coefficient. So instead of b, if I write a minus 1, so I will be getting, क्योंकि a आएगा उधर, so I will be getting a plus 1 times f of 1. So common thing we will have is f of a minus 1 plus f of a. F of a minus 1 plus 1. So this results in f of a is equal to a times f of a plus f of a. If I take out f of a common, I'll be left with a plus 1. So this is what gave away that it should be option D. Okay? Little confusing because the left hand side is actually a plus 1. So we had to change it to a. Okay. Next, 5a minus 4 mod b is equal to 48. So suppose if b is positive, if b is positive, this will change to 5a minus 4b is equal to 48. This itself will give us infinite answers. Right? Difference of two numbers is 48. It can happen at a lot of places on the number line, where one of the values is 5 times of a number, the other value is 4 times of the number. So infinite answers, pretty simple. Okay, had there been a plus, as in if b is going to be negative, and if I have 5a plus 4b is equal to 48, this will now have limited answers or finite answers. Limited nahi, finite likh dete hain. So now this will have finite solutions. because A and B, neither of them can go negative, right? But since they are talking about integer values, तो A negative तब भी हो सकता है, इसके भी finite और infinite दोनों cases बनेंगे. Overall, infinite solutions. Okay. Next, if three positive real numbers A, B and C satisfy 9B plus this is equal to this and ABC is 27, then what is the minimum possible value of B? Okay, so we are given 9B plus 5C minus 4A is equal to some value, let's say n. And we are given 7B plus 6C minus 3A, and this is also equal to n. And then we are given A into B into C is equal to 27. Okay. So what we can observe here, ना इधर अगर आप ध्यान दोगे कि the change in B is decreasing by 2, the change in C is increasing by 1, the change in A is increasing by 1, but the overall value doesn't change. है ना? So from here, or should we rather subtract भी कर सकते हैं, that will also make sense. So if I change 9B by 2 so that it becomes 11B, and 5C becomes 4C, and minus 4A becomes minus 5A, it will still be n. But will this help? No, it won't. ठीक है. So if we change it further, we will get 5B plus 7C minus 2A. This is also equal to n, right? The changes, respective changes in the coefficients of B, C and A is consistent. So the overall value doesn't change. If I decrease it further, I'll get 3B plus 8C minus A is equal to n. If I change it further, I'll get B plus 9C. One more A gets removed, so that is also equal to n. Right? This is what we have. We need the minimum possible value of B. Since it is going lengthy, which means the approach is wrong. Because if this is the question you are going to you get in CAT, and if you are taking so many steps, kuch to garbad hai. And you have no solution in this side, as in you do not know what the next step is going to happen. So what we can do is we can say 9B plus 5C minus 4A is equal to 6C plus 7B minus 3A. And if we rearrange it, we will be getting 2B is equal to C plus A, or B is the average of A and C. Now this is certain relation that makes sense. This is much better. Right? So if B is the average of A and C, so using AMGM, we can get the answer, right? 27 है हमारे पास. So can we say if A is 3, B is 3 and C is 3, both of these two relations will make sense? Their product is 3 and B is the average of A and C. So 3 हो जाएगा. This is the only scenario where this will make sense, right? Okay. Next, what is the number of real roots of the equation? 12 this plus minus this. So we can see that 91 is a prime number, so we cannot simplify the quadratic. So what we can do is we can say x plus 1 by x is equal to, let's say, y. So that x square plus 1 by x square is equal to y square minus 2. So what I have done is I have squared on both sides and got this relation. So we can rewrite this as 12 times y square minus 2 minus 91y plus 194 is equal to 0, or 12y square minus 91y minus 24, so that is plus 170 is equal to 0. So we need to find out the value or values of y, right? So this is not going to be easy. So we need to break down 91 in such a way so that it makes sense, right? So 85 and 6. Hmm. 72. I really do not want to use discriminant approach because that will be very lengthy. So it's better that we use splitting the middle term. Worst case, we'll have to go with making the perfect square. 8100, 1700, 2000, 4000. Looks like koi chara nahi hai. We'll have to do the discriminant. So if we calculate the discriminant of this is going to give us b square minus 4ac. So 91 square is going to be 90 square, which is 8100, plus 90 plus 91, which is 181. So this is 8281. Minus 17 into 12 is 170 plus 34, which is 204. 204 into 4 is 816. So this is 8160. So the difference is going to be 121. Okay. So the value of y is going to be 91 plus minus under root discriminant, which is 11 upon 2 into 12. So 91 minus 11 is 80 by 24. 91 plus 11 is 102 upon 24. So 80 by 24 is going to simplify, and it's going to give us 10 upon 3, and 102 upon 24. This one is going to get simplified, and we are going to get 17 into 6 and 4 into 6. So 10 by 3 and 17 by 4. Now, since y is 10 by 3 and 17 by 4, we will have to see, we are going to get two quadratic from here, right? The first one being x plus 1 by x is equal to 10 by 3. If we cross multiply, we will be getting 3x square plus 3 is equal to 10x. Or we can find the discriminant of this, because for real roots, discriminant is the only concern. So this is going to be b square minus 4 into 3 into 3, 4ac, which is positive. So that means we will be getting two roots from here, right? So 2 to hoga minimum. The next is x plus 1 by x, if that is 17 by 4. So this results in 4x square plus 4 is equal to 17x. The discriminant for this is going to be 17 square, right? Sorry, 289 minus 4 into 4 into 4. So 64, which is again going to be positive. So this gives us that we will be getting 4 roots. From here, 2 roots because the roots are real, and discriminant is positive. That's why we will be getting 2 roots. And from the second one also, since the discriminant is positive, we will be getting real roots and they are going to be positive, right? So 4 roots हो जाएंगे total 4. Unfortunately, I do not see any shortcut for this. Splitting the middle term was not easy. Yeah, that would have been very difficult. 40 and 51 strike भी नहीं करेगा. ठीक है. Next, how many 2-digit numbers with non-zero digits are there such that the 2-digit number obtained by interchanging the digits is more than 3 times the original number? So let's say the 2-digit number is AB, that we can write this as 10A plus B, and A and B, they are not supposed to be 0. Okay, please do remember this condition. If we interchange the digits, it becomes BA, which is 10B plus A. This is more than 3 times the original number. So we are said that 10B plus A is more than 3 times the original number, right? So 30A minus A is 29A, 10B minus 3B is 7B, and this is greater. ठीक है. अब यहाँ पे आपको hidden trial करना पड़ेगा because you do not have equality, you can't figure out the ratio. So if I say A is 1, so I need to put some value of B such that वो 29 से ज़्यादा होगा. So if I take B as 4, I cannot say 28 is more than 29. So B is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 values तो इसके आ गया. Right? So 1, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. These are 5 numbers. If you interchange the digits, you get 51, 61, 71, 81, 91 and so on, which is more than 3 times the 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. Next is if I take A as 2. So if I take A as 2, this is going to give us 58. Now 8 into 7 is 56. So I can't take B as 8. I will have to take B as 9. So there is one more number which is AB, which is 29. So we get 6. Shouldn't waste our time checking further because 6 is the largest value in the options. So एक ही case बनेगा और ये वाला, right? Next, find the range of the given function. Okay, since this is under square root, so minimum value is going to be 0. That's for sure. 0 allowed hoga. So C will not make sense. Now, the largest value that we can have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a perfect square from here. So I get 4x plus x square. So that would mean if I want to make a perfect square, I need to add 4 and I need to subtract 4 so that I'm able to make perfect square from the bracket. So this becomes 6 minus x plus 2 whole square, right? Now this is a quadratic whose maximum value is going to be the number outside, which is 6, right? For you to understand this, if ever you come across a quadratic which is of the form px plus q whole square plus r, then if p is positive, you get a minimum value. If p is negative, you get a maximum value. What is that minimum or maximum value? It's the number written outside. And when does it happen? When x is minus q. x या फिर आप इसको इधर minus कर दो, इधर q को लिख दो. Same thing. So this particular approach helps us not differentiate or not form quadratic. वो direct आपको पता चलता है. If I compare, p is minus 1, q is minus 2 and r is 6. तो जो भी है minima या maxima वो आपको बाहर वाला number होगा 6. So the maximum value of this is going to be 6 inside. So root 6 is the maximum value that it can attain. It's a possible value. So root 6 is a possible value. So B gets eliminated. A becomes our answer. So the trick over here is to understand this. Okay. Next, If p and q are positive integers such that minus p square minus 4pq plus 5q square minus 365 is equal to 0, then which of the following can be the value of p plus q? Which means we can have a lot of possibilities. Since we have a minus p square and then we have minus 4pq. So what we can do is, I'm rewriting this like this. First of all, I'm supposed to make a perfect square here, which I don't think I will be able to make because we have a minus of p square. So what I will do is I'll take out minus common and we'll look at this, and looking at this we can say we need 2q ka whole square so that this perfect square will make sense now. And since we have subtracted 2q square, we are supposed to add 2q square so that we get 7q square, and this is 365. Now this becomes minus of p plus 2q whole square plus 7q square is equal to 365. Okay, now that is 7q square, it's not 7q ka whole square, right? So ये कैसे हो सकता है? थोड़ा सा rearrange करेंगे, it will make better sense. Now, q is supposed to be a number, right? Such that 7 times of that number का square should be 365 या उससे ज़्यादा. वैसे उससे कम भी हो सकता है, नहीं? Well, I can break down 365 as 361 plus 4. 361 is 19 square and 4 is 2 square. So we need a sum, but that sum is not helping because we need a difference. So minus wala dhundna hoga. The next perfect square after 365 that we have is 389. And 389, after 361, 361 कितना होता है? 19 का square. Sorry, it's 400, not 389. It's 289, 17 का. Got confused. After 361, the next perfect square that we have is 400. 400 say this is 35 less, which is not a perfect square, so we can't take that. After 400, the next perfect square is that of 441. From 441 to this, that is 41 plus 35, which is 76. 76 is also not a perfect square. 7 की टेबल में $350, $371. Hold on. 350, 14, 14. So this is 78, and 78 would mean 13. 13 नहीं आ रहा हमारे पास. Should we change the equation? Will this help? Just figured out the mistake that I did. When I added 2q square, it's not 2q square, it's actually 2q ka whole square. So I subtracted 4q square. So I'm supposed to add 4q square, changing this 5 to 9. Instead of 9q square, now we can write this as 3q ka whole square. Now this is of the form a minus b into a plus b. So this can be written as 3q plus p plus 2q and 3q minus p minus 2q, and this is equal to 365. The first factor will become p plus 5q. The second one will become q minus p, and this is 365. So I have to write 365 as product of two numbers, right? There are a lot of ways of writing 365. 365 can be factorized as 5 into 73. Oh, 73 is a prime number. So, pehla case, first case, this is 73 and this is 5. ठीक है, इसको मैं p plus 5q की जगह ना 5q plus p लिख देता हूँ. I'm just rearranging how it is written so that it becomes easier to solve. Now 5q plus p is 73, q minus p is 5. So if I solve it, I will get 6q is equal to 78, or q is going to be 13. That means p is going to be 8, because q minus p is supposed to be 5. So 13 minus 8 is 5. So sum of p and q can be 13 plus 8, which is 21. So this is an acceptable value. Coincidentally, एक बार में आ गया. Had this not worked out, we are going to take 5 and 73, then 1 and 365. वो भी करना होता. So thankfully, the very first option, the very first pair of values that we chose, we got the answer. Very lucky. Okay, next, a group of students equal in number to the square root of 1/3 of the whole class is selected for a national level science project. 14 are selected for a state level science project. The rest of the class, which forms 6/7 of the class, were given leave. Find the total number of students in the class. The best way to solve this is using options. So, पहले कुछ मान लेते हैं. C stands for class, right? So, total number of students, let's start with the number 147. So, if the total students is 147, that is C is the total number of students in the class, then the national level project is for under root 147, जो कि point में आएगा. 147 is not a perfect square. The next number is 189. So if C is 189, national level project पे, I should have written it ऊपर नीचे, national level project under root 147. So this is 189, and 189 is nothing but अच्छा, it's square root of 1/3. पहले आपको 1/3 करना है, फिर उसका square root करना है. Okay. So 1/3 of 147. 1/3 of 147 is going to be 49. So 49 ka square root, which is going to be 7. So 7 people got national level. So 147 ये हो गए. State level science project is we have 14 of them, and remaining students are going to be 6/7 of 147. 6/7 of 147 would mean 6 times 147 का divided by 7. But instead of that, अगर हम ये कर ले कि 7 plus 14 should be 1/7 of 147, होना चाहिए ना ये. So 1/7 of 147 is going to be 21. Is 7 and 14 sum going to be equal to 21? Yes, it is. Now the sole reason why I was using the smallest number was because it's easier to calculate 1/3 or the square root of the corresponding answer. If I will check 189, then national level is 1/3 of 189, which is 63, and 63 ka square root is not possible. If I take option B, 336, 1/3 of 336 is 112, and you can't take 112 ka square root, right? If I take 525, one third of 525 is 173 and 173 का square root नहीं होता है. So national level students will be in decimal value. So that's the reason why the other three options did not make sense. So always start with the smallest number if you are using options. Right? Equation wise, it would be lengthy. Okay. So you can join our CMAT 2024 specialized course. So make sure that you enroll for this course. The link is given in the description. Okay. You can download our app from Google Play Store. And once you download the app, you can put in your contact number, access the app for 3 days free. And also on the home page, you will see this particular product. It's a very conveniently priced product wherein you get lots of recorded sessions, lots of live sessions, or lots of practice questions, mocks, everything. Okay. So if you are targeting this year's CMAT, make sure that you join that. CAT 2024 workshop, register for this. This session is going to be taken by Mr. Srinivas. It's going to happen tomorrow at 11 a.m. It's a live interactive workshop where he is going to discuss how to manage preparation with job and studies, one of the very common queries working professionals have. And on 21st of March at 7 p.m., Mr. Vikrant is going to discuss about CAT 2024 VRC, the real game changer section, right? This is also a workshop. Make sure that you register for this. And you can get up to 90% scholarship on CAT preparation program. The scholarship test due is on 24th March at 11 a.m. So you make sure that you register for this and avail as much scholarship as possible. For CMAT specialized course, these are all the giveaways. We have got more than 50 engaging videos, more than 20 CMAT live sessions, 5 CMAT mocks, more than 10,000 topic-wise practice questions, 10 sectional tests across CAT, SNAP and NMAT. Okay, the link is given in the description. And you can try our CAT college predictor. All you have to do is put in your CAT details and the system will generate which colleges are you closer to and you are eligible for, and for which colleges you need to really work hard on. What percentile should you expect, right? So the link to this is also given in the description. Do not forget to check out our social media handles and pages, and do not forget to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. In case of any doubt, feel free to comment in the video below. Okay, thank you everyone for joining. I'll see you again very soon. Until next session, take care.